Good day, said. Good day, sirs. Welcome to the show with T. Roy and myself. How you doing, T?
I am fabulous. How about you?
I'm very good. Very good.
That's good.
It's getting a little, the weather's getting a little wacky out there, but other than that,
The snow is coming down.
it sure is. Is there?
Ooh, it's a serious echo.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Okay.
Okay. Huh.
Is this?
I don't like the sound of that, T. I gotta be honest with you.
I think it sounds kind of cool. Cool.
Is it on just me?
No, I don't. I hear it.
Okay, that's not good.
Travis is probably losing his mind right now. I wonder if it's coming through or if it's just in our heads. Hello.
Tut, tut, tut.
Ooh, there we go.
Did that fix it?
Yeah, fixed it. Go. What was that one?
Hello?
Hello. Oh, are we still? Was that one still
No.
on?
No, it was muted.
Okay.
Show's off to a rousing start. Yeah, this is great. Yeah. I think it's gone. Did it just fix itself?
I
Maybe,
don't know.
or did Trav do something?
Maybe whatever, but it's gone.
I don't know. We had a weird echo, and that was going to drive me nuts.
No doubt.
Apparently, you liked it, but that was going to not be good for me.
It was good for about a minute.
Okay, hold on, Trav. Trav fixed it.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Trav. Ghost Trav.
MVP.
Hanging out. I hope he comes by one day this week. He was thinking Thursday.
Okay.
And then Ryan Fiorini's coming by tomorrow, I believe.
All right.
I was thinking about it. It was like, okay, Ryan will just sit in the corner and we'll do a show and whatever. And then I was like, wait a minute, he's a virologist.
Oh yeah.
If we could talk to him.
Pick that brain.
Yeah, we could pick his brain a little bit about some of this shit because he's been reading a lot of the science behind this.
Sure.
And I don't know where he lands on Omicron or anything like that.
It'd be nice to hear he's got a couple of things going himself. So it'd be nice to hear how that stuff's going too.
Yeah.
Blink project.
Yeah, exactly. We've all got a vested interest. We need to make Blink work. Anyway, yeah, pretty good day. The weather stinks, but other than that, I'm pretty good. I was working on a Lego. I think I fucked something up, and it's driving me nuts, T.
That's
It's not good.
a critical error.
Critical error, and it's an expert one too. It's a Harley Davidson motorcycle.
Yeah. It's coming along nicely. It looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot Rainbow
Oh
Connection.
shit, we did. Damn it! I thought about that earlier too, and I didn't go.
It's okay.
I didn't go get it.
We'll save the reveal.
Yeah, but we will do it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tear that whole fat boy down and start over, man.
Oh God, that's.
You can't. You wouldn't be able to live with yourself.
I know. I've done this before.
You're like,
too.
maybe I just won't put the chain on. No,
I
no,
learned-
it's bullshit.
I learned a long time ago that with these, because I've done a couple of the fucking Lamborghini, which is, you need to be an engineer to do that. Like I got that for my birthday. My parents got or Christmas last year or something, one of those. And people that asked me what I got for Christmas, I said a fucking job is what I got.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
Just say you got a Lamborghini. That sounds better.
Yeah, but it was a job. It was like so. I'd have to call my engineer father and be like, "This, they fucked it up. There's something wrong with it. They fucked it up, Dad." He's like, "They didn't fuck it up. They didn't. You did." And every time, if it doesn't go right in and feel right, you know it.
Yep.
And you know you fucked something up. So yeah, it's a pain in my ass. But anyway, making our way through the holiday season, getting ready for a Friday.
Yeah, we're halfway in between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
The taint of the season.
The taint of the season. Very good. This is the taint of the season. I
Yeah,
like that.
right.
So I'm still catching up on Christmas stories. I mean, I just shut it down. When we're not doing a show, shut it down.
Yeah.
I have to give my brain, like I'll go insane if I try to stay like in that media cycle, like on the weekend.
Yeah, no.
I'll go crazy.
Shut it down, yeah.
So I have to shut it down and just like play with the dog, do a Lego,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. And so I'm still catching up on some stuff. Business Insider put out a nice article. I think wasn't it Business Insider that went after Dave Portnoy?
It was, yeah, with that hit piece.
Yeah, trying
which-
to claim he was a predator or
I guess
some
I never
shit.
realized that. Yeah, that I never really took them as. I took them as more of just a sort of an independent business type of a.
First mistake.
Yeah, clearly,
Yeah, people doing what they claim to be doing is just not the norm
I
anymore.
would have thought that was more of I consider Forbes,
Yeah.
to be sort of down the middle, just
You would
sort of
hope.
business. You would hope, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of considered them to be
Yeah.
along those same lines, but they're proving that to not necessarily be the case.
Isn't that crazy? I want my Nature magazine to just focus on science.
Yeah.
If you want to be that guy that's reading Nature, like don't get into the zone where you're behaving the way people are behaving. I want Rolling Stone to just cover music. Don't give me your political fucking stance on everything. You know what I mean? I go there to read up on what's Pearl Jam up to.
Yep.
What's whoever, Adele doing, that kind of thing. But yeah, Business Insider.
Everybody's got their little op-ed pieces now.
Yeah, yeah.
Put their 2 cents in.
So I've got this article here, and they're according to Business Insider and this writer, they're taking on the horribly offensive movie Elf, the Will Ferrell classic. Are you a fan?
I am actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never I didn't watch it when it first came out, I guess. I did start watching it recently, and I wasn't terribly impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have those like classic moments younger in life where it's like, yeah, I remember it, so it's nostalgic. But yeah,
I don't consider it to be his best work.
No.
But as far as Christmas movies, it's in my upper half.
It's one.
I'd watch that before many others.
Yeah. Well, what I see is because they all do their lists, and everybody has to ask everybody what their greatest Christmas movie is. Miracle on 34th does nothing for me. It's old as shit. I never watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
But I know that's everyone's number one is Miracle on 34th and
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story's up there.
That's a classic, though.
It's great. It's great. Elf lands in there too.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Die Hard is always in there.
classic. We watched that
Sometimes you'll see Gremlins in there.
Yeah.
And there's a couple others. I can't remember what's the other big one, black and white.
Old school. It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah. It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you. But Elf, I do see Elf in there a lot. People talking about that. Well, this Esme Mazzio writes.
And for the record, I have never heard one bad thing about Elf.
Yeah, you're about to.
Ever.
I
know. But usually, if there's something, there's been rumors, there's been mutters, there's been something about it that it has come up in the past.
Dr. Seuss.
Something. Yeah. But, no, I've never heard anyone disparage Elf in any way.
So this writer says, I couldn't sit through Elf for more than 10 minutes without feeling offended. After forcing myself to sit through the whole film, I'm even more confident that purposefully or not, Elf makes fun of cognitively disabled adults through Buddy. Character he pays.
Okay.
Mazzio supposes that Buddy is cognitively impaired, which explains his many gaffes and faux pas throughout the film. However, Elf never explicitly states that Buddy is cognitively impaired. The only evidence of his supposed disability comes from his biological father insulting him and the fact that other elves refer to him as special. Mm-hmm. I would think because he's a giant.
Big elf.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with being naive in the ways of the world because he was brought up as an elf. It has to do that he's apparently special.
For the culturally uninitiated, Elf stars Will Ferrell, just for those that haven't seen it, because that would have been me up until a few months ago, or last season, I guess. A human who accidentally crawled into Santa Claus's bag as a baby, wound up at the North Pole, is then raised as an elf, despite being human, leading to all sorts of hijinks. It's a great premise. Eventually, Buddy decides to find his real family and ventures out to the unfamiliar world of New York City in the film. In film, this is called fish out of water trope, right? Obviously this is comedic as Buddy's entire persona is that of an elf. He's silly, childlike, kind-hearted, and naive. To Mazzeo, however, Buddy's behavior is direct ridicule to impaired people. Buddy eating cotton balls, running toward moving taxi cabs, and even exposing a department store Santa as fake doesn't inspire me to laugh. Instead, these moments made me wish he had a real support system in his life.
Oh, my God. This speaks way more about this asshole than anything else. If you're the one person on this planet that has a problem with Elf, you're the fucking problem, bro.
Mazzeo notes, I'm not trying to destroy a modern Christmas classic. I would argue you are.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, it sounds like that's
where you're going.
Exactly what you're doing. Yeah. But as a physically disabled woman, okay, so this is a cunt who's physically disabled.
I'll still stay with asshole.
Yeah, asshole fits. Mm-hmm. Who spent part of my childhood with cognitively disabled kids and adults, Elf offends me. She feels she has a firm grasp of what is permitted to be funny. Elf could have been comedic if Will Ferrell was replaced by an actor with cognitive disabilities.
So if you put Corky in there, it's okay.
Yeah. I would argue that's way worse.
Yeah.
He's eating cotton balls, running in front of taxis, doing what tards would do.
Yeah. The beauty of it is his naivete, if you will. It's not that he's dumb or cognitively impaired or however you want to categorize it.
Yeah.
It's that he's the fish out of water trope, as you say.
Yeah.
He has no idea. He's never been. He's
never been there.
Oh,
he's been living in fucking peppermint land.
Yeah. The North Pole.
The North Pole, and making toys with fucking elves is the premise in the fake movie, lady. By the way, if you're trying to sell this to Paramount Pictures, Fox, you know, Weinstein and Company, whoever you're trying to sell this to, do you think getting an actual special needs guy as your lead is going to sell better than Will Ferrell?
No.
I mean, live in some sort of reality, lady. What? You know, stop looking for victimhood around every corner.
Clearly. If you want to find a problem, you can create it.
Yeah.
In anything. Apparently, even Elf.
Yes. But it's...
Makes me like Elf even more, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
It just moved up a couple spots in my list.
I totally agree with you. You just have to let disabled people know that they're in on the joke, too. The easiest way to do that is to cast disabled actors in disabled roles. In other words, if Buddy the Elf were portrayed by a cognitively impaired actor, having him eat cotton balls and run towards traffic would be funny and not offensive. However, given that we live at a time of victimhood Olympics, I would like to check Mazzeo's own offensive presupposition. If you think of disabled people when looking at Buddy the Elf, you may be applying an offensive stereotype to a character who is clearly not written to be disabled. Mazzeo may be applying malintent where there is none. As one Twitter writes, we have a son with autism. My wife works her professional career with kids with special needs. We watch Elf every year. It's hilarious, and we don't find it offensive. In reality, Buddy the Elf does all these silly things because he was raised in a magical fictional land where elves do things we would find silly. Movies like Elf have become a classic for so many families because they do not take themselves seriously, meant to escape our polarized or politicized reality. Mazzeo believes the writer should have truly committed to empowering Buddy, and that it would have been a rare and important gesture of support toward the disabled community. Instead, Elf falls back on tired tropes for laughs. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm pretty sure at the end of that, he saves Christmas and is the hero of the story.
Yeah.
Just
putting that out there. I don't know that I finished it. Yeah. And by the way, couldn't you almost make that argument against any movie made? Starring Will Ferrell, for one. Mm-hmm. I mean, isn't that kind of what
his
Will Ferrell
is in a way?
Is kind of, whether it's Talladega Nights or Old School, he's kind of the fucking...
Yeah.
Not all there. That's what makes it funny. Mm-hmm. Doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's his whole... You could make that argument with... name the actor. Paul Rudd? Playing the dummy in movies.
Insert title here. If you want to create a problem, you can.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean there is a problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
is we're acting like there's actually a problem when these people create one. It's not.
I wonder what it is. If you've got this Mazzeo chick, asshole as you called her, if you've got her working at Business Insider and she comes wheeling in to the boss's office and is like, I gotta, this needs to go to print. Is it that they can't go, look, lady, this is absurd, stop it? Or do they just look at her in a wheelchair and go, whatever you want to print?
Sure.
Yeah, if you're offended by it, who am I to say?
And it's totally okay to be offended.
Yeah.
There's lots of things that offend people every day.
You mean it's certainly not your right to not be offended?
Right.
You mean it's a spectrum of offense?
Oh, yeah. That's how it qualifies. But that's great.
Take it down to its...
You can be offended.
Yeah.
But move on.
Yeah.
You don't have to write an op-ed piece about why it's triggering.
Yeah.
Because you were offended.
And if you think about it and apply it to the way we talk on this show, is very offensive to certain people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you have hardcore religious people and they hear us go, Jesus fucking Christ, like that's horribly offensive. I don't care. Oh, it is what it is.
You're entitled to be offended.
You can choose to listen. We've had people of the men of the cloth that have chosen to listen to this, and they pointed out to me when I do say offensive shit, and that's fine. But if you think of it in the context of that, like, those people aren't writing articles about this show going, this needs to be stopped because I'm offended.
Well, it only takes one.
But they don't tend to do it. It's these weird, what do you do at Business Insider?
That's a great question.
You're just shitting on like classics?
Yeah. And but what does this even have to do with business?
Yeah, nothing.
Really? Why is this a Business Insider piece?
Well, we're seeing this more and more, and it's actually affected Hollywood, where they're trying to get actors, you know, who play fake people for a living, right? They portray You know, you couldn't get Stephen Hawking to play the role that what's his name did in the Hawking movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of his name right now, but he was brilliant. He was fucking great in that role. He portrayed that character. Yep. The trans community needs to shut the fuck up. I mean, they've lost 2 what would be mainstream movies that I'm aware of. One starring Scarlett Johansson. Why would you not want Scarlett Johansson in your movie when you could have fucking Bill, who recently became Cheryl, in your fucking movie for authenticity? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, here's a chance for your community to be represented on screen by one of the fucking goddesses of screen. And instead,
it's not good enough.
It's canceled, and now she's apologizing for it. There was another one recently with Jennifer Lawrence. I think Jennifer Lawrence was going to play some
Hank Azaria doing a poo.
Yeah,
you couldn't. It goes back to that. Why would you have somebody doing that? Because it's a voice. It's a character. People do all the characters on the show.
That was the most tragic one because Apu, out of every character on The Simpsons, Apu was like a total family man, worked 9 to 5, worked 7 days a week, ran that store like a champ, raising children, had his Hindu beliefs and was proud of them, and they were on display. Like, he was the perfect representative for that community.
But because it was Hank Azaria, it didn't work.
Thank you, come again. Because a couple guys said, thank you, come again, to an Indian kid in school. Like, sorry. That whatever. It's going to happen. I don't know what to do. Okay, so let's just erase them completely. Act like they don't exist.
Well, that's not going to work either. Because now, I don't know. I don't have the answer. But Sam, that was how long ago?
How many Bollywood films are you checking out on the daily? Raj is watching plenty.
Yeah.
How many have you watched?
None.
None. Me either. That's what's going to happen if you try to do, Apu's maybe a bad example. But.
Well, no. It's just, I can understand to a certain degree wanting to be equally represented in certain areas, especially in film. And I can appreciate the thought behind, hey, if there is somebody, let's say it's someone actually special needs, and there's somebody that could actually play that role, but you choose to put somebody in there to act like that, I can see where that would be potentially offensive.
But who's
in a way.
doing that?
Well,
no one's doing that.
Not really. Well, you could create it and act like Will Ferrell is, and take it out of context, and create it that way. I mean, there's been a few
The Ringer
in the past.
The Ringer with Johnny Knox.
Well, but see, that's a different story because that was him, a real person pretending to be something else. So you couldn't put something else in that role. Because.
That was the whole premise.
That was the premise of it. But
and
like Rain Man is a classic
Rain Man,
of that. But he wasn't. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, that's a great one, Rain Man.
And had you put somebody else in there, it's probably not nearly the movie that it is. You know.
Could you do Tropic Thunder?
Yeah,
you went full retard.
You never go full retard. And even that with in blackface. That whole movie.
But that's the whole point.
I understand. Is making fun of it. That's the joke. And that was how, in a way, you could get away with it. Because it was the joke of it. That he went so far as to just go with blackface, like dyed his skin and everything.
And that was just a running
so deep into character with his roles. He was such a method actor. You know,
and it was a plot line that played through the whole movie because you had an actual black guy there that was in part of the team who was bitching at him the whole fucking time for being in blackface.
Booty juice.
And he wouldn't let it go. And then the whole Ben Stiller character. You never go.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Dustin Hoffman was the Oscar. Oscar, he went half retard.
But it's, I don't know.
It's just getting so, like, if you don't understand it, Business Insider, like, the decisions being made when you're talking about a movie, and it's important because you got to remember that 90% of movies made don't make any money. So when you have a Will Ferrell or a Ben Stiller, those are your bankable movies. Those are your bankable stars. And so you need Spider-Man to make $1 billion so that you can fund all the other shit that never gets off the shelves. Right? And so to act like, oh yeah, this movie would have been great with a disabled actor instead of Will Ferrell. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. All that would mean is their holiday budget would have been blown the fuck up, and they wouldn't have been able to make other movies.
There was one.
They're making decisions purely 100% about money. If you have a movie that flops and you're fucking Ben Affleck, you're done for a couple of years. Like, they won't even give you another chance. Like, he could have hit. Holy shit, that one tanked. Geely. And you're done.
Right.
You're done for a while. Like, that's how that world works. So it's like, careers can end in an instant in that world, in that fake world. So, like, this idea that they're trying to go super woke, like, good luck to you.
Yeah.
But, you need the Will Ferrell to star in Elf to make that.
That was the one that a couple years ago, Peanut Butter Falcon, maybe something along those lines. Why am I saying that right? With what's the fucking weirdo kid? Anyway, it had a special needs guy in it as one of the leads.
Shia LaBeouf?
And Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right. Peanut Butter
They were on a
Falcon,
wrestling.
Like that.
Something
is
like
that right?
that.
Anyway,
I don't think that's it.
But it was something along those lines. Yeah, and it was a great movie. And
I didn't see it, but
it was good. It was enjoyable, and the kid was great in it.
Yeah.
I remember not seeing that movie, and when we saw them on the Oscars or Golden Globes or something when they came out, and we were like, remember, and he didn't say his line and all that. Remember?
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But I didn't know the movie. I didn't see it. I didn't understand the relationship between them.
Yeah.
Now that I see it and I know, and it was great. But that's an example of where had you put somebody in there that was just acting that way, and but he's not eating cotton balls and doing the stupid shit like they would want this guy to do. No, they empower him.
Yeah.
They try to normalize
Or they go
him.
cross country to a wrestling thing or something.
He wants to be a
like
wrestler.
that.
It's his whole thing, and they get whatever. Get into it. Spoiler alert. But,
I kind of want to see it now.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It is worth it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's to go against what this asshole is saying is that you don't put those stupid jokes in there. You don't make them look dumb. You empower them and you make them look, you normalize them as much as possible and you empower them as much as possible. So for this idiot to say, no, what you do is you put somebody in there with
buffoonery.
And then it would be funny. It's not.
No.
It's the antithesis of that.
No, that's laughing directly at someone's disability.
Right. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, only the fucking cognitively impaired individual would eat cotton balls.
Yeah.
When instead, if I remember, that's probably something like cotton balls would look like cotton candy to a fucking elf.
Snow or whatever it is.
Right,
exactly. Not knowing what the difference is.
The other thing is, things can become a slur in an instant.
Yeah.
Right? You mentioned Corky. Mm-hmm. You said, what, are you going to put Corky in that role?
Yeah.
Well, why would you make that comment? Yeah. Because they had an actual fucking Down syndrome. Is that what that actor had? Yeah. Who played that role? And we looked it up a couple weeks ago. It was 4 or 5 years they did that role. Mm-hmm. He was Corky on the show. And that becomes the slur.
Yeah.
Anybody that does something dumb or that they should have known better, it's like, all right, Corky, nice job over there. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how that's birthed. So I don't remember anyone going, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, Buddy the Elf didn't take off as, like, no one saw that. But Corky, Apu, any Indian you see, oh, hey, what's up, Apu? Yeah. That's kind of goes with the territory. It's a catch, double.
This person's entirely welcome to be offended.
Yeah.
But it ends there.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It just needs to end there.
Yeah.
You don't have to voice your opinion. You can quietly be offended because collectively, the other 99.999999999% of the world is not offended.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up.
I wonder, these people have to see it. Like, I know.
And you're right. They were probably like, I don't want to print this, but we can't tell them no.
Yeah, he wheeled in here.
Whatever.
She wheeled in here and is making a stink about a holiday classic. And I don't remember what I was just going to say, but
it's so out of context because it's not.
Oh, here's what I was going to say, Troy. The people that keep writing these articles have to be reading comments. Like, I'm aware. For the most part, you try to let that shit go. You can't pay too much attention to what people say that are on the outside and listening. You welcome comments, and sometimes you get shit where people
some feedback, good or bad,
and some people will correct something you said for the record. Some people will say, I found that really offensive, and it's like, hey man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that way. If I feel that, I'll say that. But these people have to be reading comments where they've got to scroll pages to get to one that goes, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I never thought. I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
The rest of them are going to be go fuck yourself, asshole. You're ruining everything.
Right.
Like, how does that feel? That person that could be just a reporter at Business Insider doing good work. No one gives a shit that you're disabled. No one cares. Do you do good work? But when you're just walking around the world looking for ways to be a victim, people don't like it. And so she has to be reading nothing but comments.
I would hope so.
That say you're an asshole.
Yeah, I'm not big on the. I mean, I actually do enjoy reading the comments, and I generally don't get involved very often. But but you can get a little temperature of the water from reading them.
Yeah,
we talked about the other day when I came across that swimmer.
Tia, Aaliyah Thomas.
Well, the swimming official for like USA.
I've got a story on that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't spoil. But either way, I came across it, and just out of curiosity, I went down the rabbit hole of
I do that sometimes
comments
too with
see
those stories.
what the reaction was of if it was favorable, if it was bashing, if it was whatever, and it was 99% positive for good for her. Why don't stand up? Don't It's,
let me see if I can find the story real quick, and we can just do it right now.
Yeah, right on. But it was, and then there's one dude in there that writes this whole big novel about why her bigoted and homophobic, transphobic opinion has no business being in officiating, and that they need to be run out of the thing. It's like, no. Like, and I hope that somebody, and people like that probably have no idea, but that's where it's like, okay, does this one asshole go back and look and realize that of all that, you're the one person that said something negative about it? Does that even resonate with you at all? Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not. And then the sub-comments to that was he just got killed. It was just like, okay, you're an idiot. Just shut up, dude. Just stop.
Yeah. I don't know if those are trolls. Some of that could be trolls.
Probably.
Troll
This
farms.
one, I don't believe was just because it was so well worded and thought out, and it was wrong. Clearly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just like some of those throwaway comments that just stir the pot just to be an asshole. It was very I believe it was what he believed, and that's okay, and you're entitled to believe it.
Yeah.
But I just wonder when it's all said and done, if you go back and be like, oh, I really thought I'd get some support on that, but I just got killed,
And they must just think, the people that do that, where you've got 99 comments that are in support of this woman, and then you go on your fucking mission statement and totally disagree with everybody. Everybody disagrees with you. Everybody tells you you're an asshole. Like, does that resonate with him? I don't know.
I doubt it.
Does he just keep going back and reading his brilliant comment?
Probably.
I think those people think, I know I'm right. My education tells me that I'm smarter than the rest of the world. And these dumb hicks don't get it yet. How Neanderthal they are in their thinking. Right? That's what I think this comes down to, is elitism and educated versus the world, where people are like, no, man, common sense plays a role in this too. And believe it or not, I don't need an MBA to have some common sense. And
I got a fucking PhD in common sense. I promise you that.
So the story you're talking about, a USA swimming official resigned in protest because of the Leah Thomas thing, and said she is destroying women's swimming. Cynthia Millen is her name, stood down last week after working for the presiding body for more than 3 decades. So you're talking about someone 30 plus years working as an official. She could no longer participate, she said, in a sport that allows biological men to compete against women. Thomas is now dominating the women's field and smashing records. NCAA rules mean she can participate because she takes suppressing testosterone drugs. It's horrible, Millen said. The statement for women then is, you do not matter. What you do is not important, and little girls are going to be thrown under the bus by all of this. He's going to be destroying women's swimming. She explained that from a young age, girls and boys do not compete against each other because males have physiological advantages which are only accentuated through puberty. The fact is that swimming is a sport in which bodies compete against bodies. Identities do not compete against identities. Men are different from women. Men swimmers are different from the women, and they will always be faster than women. Boys will always have larger lung capacity, larger hearts, greater circulation, bigger skeleton, and less fat. Girls go through puberty and they have a double whammy. They not only grow titties and hips, but they have periods, and they often have a totally different sense of gravity and have to learn to swim all over again. I didn't know that. No matter how much testosterone-suppressing drugs he takes.
I love it. She keeps dropping
she keeps dropping the H-bomb in there. Oh, it's like a
detonating
grenade.
him.
Oh, yeah. No matter how many drugs he takes, he will always be a biological male and have this advantage. Millen said it would be a travesty to throw away the hard work, talent, and legacy of Olympic swimmers such as Janet Evans and Jenny Thompson. All these women who worked so hard before Title IX when they didn't have the opportunities that men had. It'd be such a shame, such a travesty to throw it away now. This is what will happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've talked about a little bit in while I'm support her stepping down in a way. Like, I can't stand by and watch this happen. I just don't believe in it. I'm not going to officiate it. I'm not going to willingly be a part of this. So her way is stepping down. Her protest is stepping down.
Yeah.
And I support that. The problem I have with it is that going forward, she's just going to be replaced with someone that is on board.
Yeah.
And the more people rather than everybody just taking into account these people that stepping down or voicing their opinion, they're just going to be replaced with people that are okay with it, and that's fine. And then none of it's going to matter because we're just going to go and
act like this is normal,
and guys are just going to swim, and it's just going to snowball from there. So while I applaud her for stepping down, I don't think that that's necessarily the right move.
You know, it's funny. I hadn't thought about that. It's a great point. It reminds me, Glenn Beck made a similar point when the teachers were all in a dust-up with CRT and that stuff being taught. And there were a couple teachers that were like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
They had press conferences. They said, I can't deal with these school boards. I can't do this to these children. I quit. And I remember feeling like, yes, more of you need to stand up and do that. And Glenn Beck was like, no.
Yeah. Don't
we
give up
need
your spot.
warriors. You guys need to stand strong. You're the last line of defense. Without you in there, it's the point you're making here. Like without, half one, small. If you don't have those people in place, same thing could be said for cops that are walking off the job in droves. And you go, no. We need people that are civic-minded, that feel a real pull. Like that's one of those jobs, teaching, policing, military. These are people, nursing. These are people that are drawn to these fields for something more than themselves, to give back to society, give back to communities, help other people that they don't even know. And you know, having those people that are truly drawn to that replaced by God knows what.
They're definitely not going to put somebody back in that position that is against it or has the same belief system. They're going to put somebody in there that is either supports it or is just indifferent about it, and it's just woefully negligent and wants to go along with it. And that's it's not even the problem is that she's going to be slammed as a transphobe.
Yeah.
But the reality is that she's trying to preserve the integrity of something that she's built.
Yeah.
She's been a part of this for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
She's watched these women build what they have. And to watch it just get pissed away is got to be disheartening.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's got to be very frustrating and you know, who knows what those meetings look like behind the scenes if there's real debate.
But it doesn't have anything to do with being a transphobe.
No.
It has nothing to do with it. But it's going to be masked as that.
Yeah.
It's going to be portrayed as that.
Yeah.
She's going to be slammed for it. That she's just a transphobe. She's wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's the integrity of the sport that she's trying to preserve.
Yeah.
And women.
I don't know. Like, they've been trying to shake up boardrooms for decades. Add more women, add more black people, add more trans. Now it's trans. Every time you turn on the TV when you're watching a show, it's like, oh, There's a weird trans character for no fucking reason
They
in
have
this
a
commercial.
quota for like Fortune 500 companies, I think, of what their board has to be. Like, they are implementing what you have to have in place.
This really played out for me during the Ferguson riots in Missouri and also Baltimore, Cincinnati, when riots were going on like crazy over Michael Brown. So you're going back a few years. But one thing that stood out to me hugely was it was like racist police. And then you looked at the mayor is black in all three of those cities. The city council is 60% black. The police chief is black. The mayor's black. The rank and file police officers, tremendous, like more than represented in the country, black individuals policing black neighborhoods. And it's like, you're shitting all of these people that you've put in these positions that are actually trying to do the job, and it doesn't matter. It's like across the board, you have representation from the African-American community, and it's not good enough. What are you going to do, fire the black police chief that just got into office? Yeah. Like, really? Where do you, at some point, some responsibility has to come in from the element on the street that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Not to make this all about,
accountability.
But,
personal accountability is long gone.
So I don't know that it matters when it's like, you know what, you've gotten what you've asked for. You know, for so long it was, we're so misrepresented in the police file, and we're so misrepresented in the mayor's office and city council. And it's like, you're not, though.
Think about Chief Craig.
Chief Craig's amazing.
Well, he was great. And it was absolutely beloved throughout the community.
Yeah.
Until he came out as a Republican.
Yeah.
And was shit all over. And
he did a tremendous job.
I watched a great job.
I watched
really
from afar.
Did a great job. And he, like I said, he was beloved. He was revered.
Yeah.
What he had done with this city and this police force.
It's a miracle, Troy, that Detroit, of all cities in America, when those riots were going on in every major Democratic stronghold in America, the cities were on fire, and not Detroit.
Yeah, they did.
I watched from afar and was just like, what the fuck is Craig doing there that is working with this community?
He was, and he was in the community, and he was out with the people, and he was very transparent with a lot of things, at least as far as I know. I don't have in-depth knowledge of all of it. I'm sure there's some dirty shit that goes on in every aspect of life, but... And I can only imagine being a police chief is a very difficult position to be in. Yeah. Especially in a city like Detroit.
But he's one that lived it, man. Yeah. He was at the heart and soul in there.
It's just funny how that turns.
Yeah.
When it was great until he came out as a Republican. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, none of it mattered what he had done. He became a pariah.
If you're truly trying to police neighborhoods in your city, how could you not like switch teams? He probably wasn't always a Republican, but it's gotten so wacky right now where if you have any support for the police, you're a fucking monster and a Nazi. So for someone like him, what team is he going to join? Of
course.
He's going to go, I'm going to back the blue, man.
The whole other side is trying to defund the police. Yeah. So it's a little difficult to be a left police officer, I would think. It's a contradiction of terms.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
It will be.
Moving on, Delta Karen.
Yeah.
Are you feeling not sorry for her in any way?
No.
But no. I was reading some more because there's a lot coming out on Delta Karen today.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of things.
She's the one that punched, spit at the guy for not wearing a mask while she's not wearing a mask.
Yep.
And I read the story. You had sent me a story this morning, like, oh yeah, she was a Raiderette and a fucking Playboy chick, and it was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I was pissed because last night I meant to say I think I'd still kind of bang her.
Yeah,
she kind of looked hot.
It didn't look bad in the.
Yeah, she's 51.
I mean, she's ugly as fuck on the inside. But the outside,
she's a monster.
Seemed okay. It's funny. I did look at her IMDb when they came out with her name and said she was. And there's two. There's one that just shows Baywatch and whatever the hell
Season
else she
7,
was on, or
Married
something,
with Children.
and Married with Children.
Yeah.
And then there's the real one that shows the Playboy stuff and the other things like that.
Yeah, Playboy's cheerleaders or something.
Yeah. And women behaving badly.
Okay, well, she fits on that one. Yeah. She was picked up by the FBI, spent Christmas in jail. I hope it was worth it. I think she was released on $20,000 bail. She's got a couple court dates coming up for this. She posted on a website looking for a room to rent for $1,200 a month in the Florida Panhandle. Moving from California, I'm single, divorced, and have 2 grown children who are overseas in the UK. I have been practicing residential real estate for 13 years in Los Angeles, West Side. I have also lived in Florida in the past few years, and I'm excited to reintroduce Florida back into my life permanently. Renting a room will be a great start for me settling in. Furnished is preferred. She was, let's see, that video got 7 million views. So that one, it's like, okay, she did a little Playboy shit. My ex-girlfriend did that shit too.
Yeah, hey, listen,
good on you.
Yeah,
you're hot, use it.
You got the fucking equipment for it. Do it.
Then I read this article that came out just before we started.
Okay.
And I was like, just a hint of me feels sorry for these people. I think, Troy, you are familiar with Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Intimately.
Yeah. And I am also familiar with whether it's bipolar, like dealing with someone that is clearly goes from 1 to 100 in an instant for seemingly no reason. And you go, ooh. And a lot can be forgiven with hotness. Hotness goes a long way.
True.
People will accept a certain level of cuntiness if your hotness level is really high.
It's a balance, yeah.
And so, you know, you're doing an episode of Baywatch, you're in Playboy. Clearly, the hotness level for this chick at one point was off the charts.
Yeah.
Now, so she was arrested. She became allegedly tried to fight cops in Florida.
Oh, this is a separate incident. This is okay. Just checking.
During an arrest for driving under the influence. I thought there was a hint of maybe slurred words a little bit in that video. That maybe she was drinking on the plane before she got on the plane. Who knows? Patricia Cornwell became aggressive with officers after she crashed her gray Nissan into Santa Rosa Beach on November 10th. She said she was not hurt, and then she became belligerent with officers. She refused to exit the vehicle or give them her name. Then when she finally got out, Cornwell started going after the first responders. Once we stopped her, she tried to fight us. At that point, she was detained for her safety and ours. Deputies said she had slurred speech and her face appeared flushed. She refused to take a breathalyzer and failed the field sobriety test. She was arrested on charge of driving under the influence and careless driving. She's set to appear in court next on January 10th for that one.
Oh,
so
really? That's recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She was previously arrested December 11th, 2020, in Los Angeles and pled no contest to having a blood alcohol level of 0.08. In May, she was sentenced to 36 months of probation in order to complete 100 hours community service. The same month as the Los Angeles arrest, her sister-in-law, Monica Cummings, filed for domestic violence protection against her.
Against her?
Yeah, against Cornwell. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cornwell, according to the court documents, has a history of violent outbursts and destructive, erratic behavior. She allegedly sent voice messages to Cummings in which she threatened her, saying, "You are dead." She stated, "I just fucked up my whole family, and I neither spoke to her prior or provoked this assault."
Okay.
So she just randomly leaves this message. Cummings claimed that Cornwell has an infatuation with her newborn son and 2 daughters. So the woman saying, this chick's a nut. She's also got an infatuation with my infant child and 2 daughters. She has bipolar tendencies and paranoia. She believes we are with the government, and I fear for my life and my children. Her order of protection was granted in January.
Yeah.
So,
so actually,
that
I feel less fucking
sorry for her.
Sorry for her. Yeah. Sorry. I feel that this is a fucking menace to society. And someone like that is probably, now while there's probably some other issues going on and some imbalances potentially.
Yeah.
A lot of this is that the hot ones don't live in reality.
Yeah.
They haven't struggled. Not all of them, just that's generalizing, but they just get away with murder. Almost literally.
Well,
they've been given everything in their life.
Yeah.
And they had zero coping skills, and they just turn out to be cunts.
Well, they get all that you're talking about. Of course, this doesn't speak for all of them. There are some gorgeous women who are fucking doctors.
Very true.
Worked their ass off and got wherever they are. We're talking about a very specific group of ladies.
Right.
We're all familiar with them. Don't act like this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Those girls
come at us for this. You know it.
You know what we're talking about, okay? we've got a listener who's a doctor. What's her name? Lisa. It's fucking stunning, gorgeous. Worked her ass off. But these girls, and we all know them, they're treated differently, not from the age of 18, but more like the age of 12 or 11. That girl stands out in class immediately. She is treated differently by the girls.
Yeah.
She is treated very differently by the boys.
Yep.
And that carries on, and it really accelerates at 18, 19, 20, 21, get into the bar scene when guys are really making moves. And that carries on to about 36, 35.
Depends on how they hold up, but yeah.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. There starts to be some natural drop off that we all experience. Look at me.
Yeah.
We're all less hot than we were when we were fucking 25. You and I were Adonises when we were 25. Studs. Not now. I'm a disgusting display. And I'm younger than her.
Yeah.
She is 51. It shows in her face a bit. So all those people that kissed her ass, gave her chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity.
Yeah. Those opportunities fade.
They fade. They dry up. And then you've got a miserable member of society that doesn't know how to adjust.
Yeah. When you don't get your way, when you're used to always getting your way, and then you don't know how to, like I said, you don't have coping skills. You don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to react.
Yeah.
And when you were hot, you could throw a tantrum and then get your way. If you didn't get it at first, you got bitchy and don't piss off the hot chick, and you got your way. And
I remember, Amy, who was in Playboy and stuff. So obviously, hot, beautiful girl.
Yeah, she was okay.
Yeah. Well, I would see her like Facebook posts, right? And there'd be 180 comments. It'd be like, hey, doing like 180 comments, and 170 of them are dudes, and just drooling over themselves to come up with a way of saying how wonderful a person on the inside and out you are. But like, nobody does that to normal people. No. You don't get that many comments because you posted a picture of you
petting a dog,
or look at this rose I found in the wild.
Right.
Oh my God, that rose is almost as beautiful as you are on the inside and out. You're such a special person. Blah blah. Like, and I don't know. Amy probably knows that. Like that comes
on a certain
with the
level,
territory.
I'm sure, but it becomes the normal.
Yeah,
even if
that's
you
not normal.
If you know it, right? But that's her normal. That's her reality.
Yeah,
it for better or for worse? That's her reality.
Yeah,
and it has to affect you. Generally, not in a good way.
Yeah,
I mean, you try and stay humble with shit like that, but not everybody's capable, man.
No.
And maybe this shit's just batshit from Jump Street, man. Maybe she's just a fucking
excused
turd
from Jump Street because of her hotness.
Yeah, So who knows? But she sounds like a real piece of work.
Yeah,
and I wonder what the bump on her videos has been.
Probably heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was almost willing to throw down $4 to rent it just to see what was going on.
See where she was at. Let me know what we're dealing with.
I think it was 97.
97. Yeah. I did a little research.
Yeah. If anyone's got it, please send it along.
It was after the. I believe it was on YouTube.
Was it really?
I told you I think I got a Facebook prison term coming.
Yeah.
On accident. I responded to somebody today, and I just Googled it. Playboy 97 cheerleaders or whichever one, or girls behaving badly or something. And it came up, and it looks like the whole video is like on YouTube or whatever. And just I wasn't even thinking, and I just did a screenshot and shared it like, hey, look, it's right here.
Yeah.
And then I immediately got a bounce back, was like, oh, you went against. I was like, what? And I was like, oh, fuck, there's a titty in it. Shit, I didn't see it, because it came up the little boxes,
Yeah.
There was a titty in one of them, and I didn't know it. And it was a decent
That'll
titty.
do it.
But, so I think
real fake.
97 was probably, I don't know, who cares? I couldn't tell. It was a little I didn't zoom in that good on it. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
But
You're going to jail, son.
No, I hate when it was totally innocent.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. I didn't expect there to be a titty on my YouTube search.
Yeah.
I didn't DuckDuckGo it.
Hey, remember the Oregon father did the Let's Go Brandon to Joe Biden?
Yeah.
He, I think, misrepresented himself a bit.
Trying to do a little damage control, I would imagine.
Well, he was like, hey, I'm not a Trumper. I don't hate Joe Biden. Got nothing against him. Seems like a nice guy. I follow Jesus Christ.
Expressing my disappointment in this administration.
I'm just doing that. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
So then the next show you go on is the Steve Bannon show, and you're wearing a MAGA hat.
Really?
Yes.
Is he really?
He's wearing a Make America Great Again hat. Okay. And he said he believes the election was stolen and Trump is still his president. Okay, sir.
Well,
you know.
Yeah. And that's fine. But yeah, then you did definitely misrepresent yourself. And
a little bit, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah. And well, it's probably funny because he was probably getting so killed by the left that he came out and said all that he started getting killed by the right and was like, oh, fuck, I better put my red hat on and go do a show to get back on that.
The fact that he even had one on hand to throw on. Well, I hate this stuff. He works for Winema Electric Company. People, I've
Does
seen
he
their
still?
logo. It's family run.
Okay.
And they're Christian based.
Okay. All right.
So,
yeah.
But reviewers on Yelp are shitting all over him, slamming the company, making references to his conversation with the former Vice President Joe Biden. One wrote, what kind of company would employ Jared? Even if he is the son of the owner, he should be fired immediately. Would never let these people near any electricity.
Oh, my God.
Never let. Troy, you work with electricity quite a bit.
Yeah.
Could a Let's Go Brandon guy be allowed to be around electricity?
There's a lot of them. And they're pretty good, actually. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Generally pretty good electricians. But irrelevant, Your Honor, is, and part of the problem I have with this is Yelp shouldn't allow that.
Yeah.
If it's not a direct review, and I've heard they were starting to try to clamp down on some of this stuff because of just all the shenanigans going on with it. Competitors going on and bashing things to make them look bad. Just all the bullshit all the way around.
Yeah.
So I thought they were starting to regulate more on what you could put on there, and that it had to be legitimate and it had to be directly related to a review type of a situation. But if they're going to let that stuff go, I guess you kind of know where Yelp probably stands too.
Exactly. And I've run into this on a small level, and it sucks because you've got a company and you hope the product represents what it is. Now, if people say this show sucks, these guys aren't funny, they're not clever, they're not entertaining in any way,
sure,
the show blows. I have no problem with that. You're gonna tell you that. But I had for years a 5-star rating, right?
Yeah.
If you went to iTunes and saw, or Google, whatever, or Apple, whatever it was, 5-star rating and hundreds of comments and support. Very rarely would one even slip in that was like, I like this show better or whatever. It was across the board support. And then I had a disgruntled employee leave here, and all of a sudden, every fucking post I put out there got a 1-star review.
Oh. Yeah.
To the point that I had to call him out by fucking name for it to stop.
Right.
But it dropped me from a 5-star show to a 4.8 star show in an instant.
In one person.
In one person.
And now
disgruntled, being pissy little fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do things the way he wanted to do them.
Sure.
Well, it's not your fucking. You don't own the company.
Yep.
It's not your fucking show. So guess what? We're not doing it your way.
And that's what one person can do.
That's what one person
think
can
about
do.
what the mob can do to this company, which is totally innocent in this.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, does this guy deserve to lose his job because of his political beliefs?
That his family owns?
No.
This is what we're talking about. Let's go, Brandon. It was funny. Let it go. Who cares? Move on.
Right.
I want you to be able to say Black Lives Matter, and anytime you want, you paint it all over the fucking streets and the football stadiums.
You should be
whatever,
more,
dude.
You should be more worried about the fact that the president didn't go, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
And that he was... And he repeated it and agreed with it.
Brandon, I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
You should be a little more concerned about that than that this guy snuck one in on him on the NORAD show.
This company employs Jared Schmeck, a man boy who used to be a police officer but now works for his mom. Jared is a disrespectful and vulgar father. As a Yelp review.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that seems relevant. Way to go, Yelp.
Yeah.
Why don't you reel your shit back in?
Yeah. One guy responded, seems funny how the negative comments just suddenly appeared after one of the employees gave America a fantastic Christmas Eve gift.
Right.
No doubt that pestilent cancel crowd acting out again And then someone said, my aunt in Portland used this company to install some lighting fixtures in her home. She boasted of how great the workers were. What an excellent job they did.
Oh, there you go. Well, and that's...
But I don't want fake support as a pushback.
And that's the problem, is that you would almost have to negate it.
Yeah.
You know, because that company doesn't deserve any backlash for it, and it doesn't deserve their rating to go down or to have negative reviews for it.
No.
By any stretch.
No.
And so if you let them get away with it, and if you don't, like you said, I don't want fake support to do it, because it just grows the divide in a way. Well, you do this, then we're going to do that. It all becomes reactionary. Like, how about we just fucking stop?
Yeah.
Stop. And I hope, I pray to whatever, that people will start to see that. And they don't. I mean...
It doesn't. It just doesn't take that many of them.
It doesn't.
You know,
no, and it is.
the
It's that
problem.
vocal minority that we talk about that, you know, that get all the attention.
Yeah.
But when you have to take that power away, you keep empowering them, then it's only going to get worse. And you chop it off at the knees, or you don't allow it, or there's pushback on it. So far, there's none. No pushback. So there's no repercussions for doing or saying any of this stuff.
Yeah.
You can go on there and just trash a company for no reason,
but doesn't that
and have zero repercussions for it whatsoever. It's totally acceptable in the eyes of the public.
Doesn't that, in the grander scale, just make Yelp look silly? Like, to me, I look
makes
at that,
it irrelevant.
It makes it irrelevant. It makes it not the purpose of what the company is.
They lose all validity.
Yeah, Yelp had a good thing going where it's like, hey, you could go on in your local community and go, this new restaurant, and all of a sudden there's 30 people that go, I had a time of my life there. Or I saw rats in the kitchen. The place is a fucking hellhole.
Absolutely
Don't go there.
Be legitimate.
And it was legit, and it's like, that's a great service, and it really is.
As I said, I thought they were going to start clamping down on that. That was what I'd heard, at least.
They should.
They should. And it was prior to this, it was more on the, like I said, the other, because there's a lot of ways to manipulate that, whichever way you want to do it.
Can you give a Yelp review on Yelp?
That's a great idea.
Go on there.
0 stars. Would not use again.
Not using again. Yelp. I'm going to give you a Yelp review.
Yeah.
Say that I'm highly disappointed in some of this shit.
Yeah, it's true.
That has nothing to do with this business.
No.
Nothing.
And you lose focus.
Yeah.
That's why. So you lose all validity. Because if you're going to allow that to go, then I can't trust any reviews on your entire site.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what it was. I have no idea why it got a negative review. Maybe it was a rat. Maybe it was because somebody said something they didn't like.
Yeah.
But I can't differentiate between the two, so I will no longer be using Yelp.
Yeah.
Not because of any sort of protest, just for the fact that
I don't trust
you. You've lost credibility.
You've gone away from your mission statement.
All credibility in my book. So do better.
Moving on Monday, so yesterday, former Vice President Joe Biden informed governors that despite his earlier promises to shut down the China virus, there was no federal solution to the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead, these are challenges which should be addressed at the state level.
Trying to wash his hands of this thing, I think. I thought he was going to fix it.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to end it.
Whole plan. That was the whole thing.
But they can't do it on the federal. I'm so confused.
Yeah. So then what are we doing with the mandates, sir? Those are federal mandates. If federally you can't do shit about it, you're just throwing your hands up.
Yeah.
Then that means take your masks off on the fucking airplane and federal buildings and stop trying to do business mandates for anyone with over 100 employees.
Yeah.
All that stuff is nonsense. He made the remarks.
Well, if you...
This goes counter to everything he said. Everything.
Yes.
It's remarkable that this isn't being reported. Why is this not being reported outside of some conservative outlets?
Because...
This is comical in its absurdity. Comical. This should be handled at a fucking state. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. You know who said that before? Asshole. Bad Orange Man.
Yeah.
That was his whole thing.
Right.
I don't want to get involved on a federal level. This should be handled in different climates and different ways.
You're right.
And how you want to operate. That was Trump's whole fucking point. Yeah. And now you've circled back after running the country into a shit show for a year. You've circled back to Trump's point.
And this is why.
What?
Hold on, because it's coming back. Whatever you want to think about the OMI, right?
Yeah, love it.
It's
big fan.
the fallout is not that bad, but the reach of it is, the spread of it is, the contact level or whatever is, it's going to spread.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing, really.
Yeah.
We should all embrace it.
That's how you're going to get herd immunity. That
right. But the fact when these numbers spike, just in positive results.
Yeah.
Not in hospitalizations, not in deaths, not in any of that stuff. It's not it's not going to be apples to apples.
Wait, what about the guy in Texas, Troy?
Yeah. But the numbers are going to spike.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be this knee-jerk reaction to fucking. We already saw it. New York shutting it all down. Broadway shut down. All the whatever.
Yeah.
This is him going. Fuck! I don't want to do it again.
I don't want to do it.
It didn't work the first time. I know it's not going to work again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it again.
I don't think he's smart enough
to
figure that.
No, he's not smart to figure any of it out. He isn't. None of these decisions are his. It's collectively speaking. It's the the office that is doing this. It's not Joe himself.
Yeah. Or he a lot of times says shit out loud that his team goes, oh, fuck. Now we have to circle back and correct the president because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. No. So this could have been one of those situations. So I'll give you the details.
No, I mean it's true though, and he's right. But that was
right a year and a half ago.
I know, but and maybe they thought that was their premise that they ran on, so they had to step up. But Trump said it wasn't. They said it was. We're going to step in and fix this to show his incompetence, and we're going to get it done. And they didn't get it done.
He has been trashing Ron DeSantis in Florida, and is it Greg Abbott in Texas? Trashing them for a year because that was their argument. Mm-hmm. So in a day, he just flips. Yeah. So he was on a call.
Because he knows it's coming. This wave is coming, and he's either going to have to
have a response.
Put something in, put some mandates, put restrictions in, and he's not. And he doesn't want to. So he's going to defer.
Biden made the remarks after Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, chairman of the National Governors Association, spoke about challenges his state is experiencing in responding to the pandemic. And so one word of concern or encouragement for your team is that as you look towards federal solutions that will help alleviate the challenge, make sure that we do not let federal solutions stand in the way of state solutions, Hutchinson said. And the production of 500 million rapid tests that will be distributed by the federal government is great. But obviously that dries up the supply chain for the solutions that we might offer as governor. A few moments later, Biden responded, look, there is no federal solution. This gets solved at the state level. He was immediately slammed on social media. Ben Shapiro, I love Ben Shapiro. He goes, and yet you spent the pandemic yelling at Ron DeSantis for saying the same thing, you unparalleled boob. Also, perhaps you should end your unconstitutional federal vax mandates. Captain, there is no federal solution.
Yeah.
Senator Tom Cotton, when Joe Biden says there's no federal solution, he's trying to avoid blame for his incompetence. If he really believes this, he should rescind his unconstitutional federal mandates.
Yeah. Amen.
John Cooper said, oh, good. I guess we don't need a federal vaccine mandate then. Harry Katrian, I don't know who he is, obviously probably on the right. So Joe Biden effectively tells state governments to figure out COVID for themselves, and the media does not have anything to say about it.
Not a word.
Not a word.
Nope.
LeBron
Nothing
posted
to see
something
here.
too.
Nothing to see here.
Did you see LeBron's post?
I did not.
Yeah. He posted the great meme of all the Spider-Mans pointing at each other.
Yeah.
And so it was three Spider-Mans all pointing at each other. One said COVID, one said flu, one said cold.
Oh.
And they're all pointing at each other.
LeBron.
LeBron.
Wow.
Of all people.
Oh, that's the first thing that fucking guy's done that I support in a long time.
Yeah. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. I got
out
one,
of nowhere, and people are pissed.
I got one from Hat today that was literally listed the symptoms of.
She showed me that.
And then it was it literally corresponded with the fucking bottle of Theraflu or something. Dayquil or whatever. Runny nose, cough.
Stuffed up.
Yeah. That was all the
COVID symptoms.
The COVID symptoms.
Dayquil fixes.
Okay, can we move on, please?
So LeBron, the post was liked and commented by fellow NBA stars, actors, figures who typically disagree with James on his outspoken politics, including Candace Owens of all people. The post features the ever-popular Spider-Man, COVID, cold, flu. Help me out here, folks. He captioned the post adding a shrug shoulders emoji.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Right.
Sports Illustrated reported on the meme as James possibly downplaying the China-originated virus, noting that he's catching plenty of heat for the post. It's impossible to know for sure what LeBron was going for without hearing him expand on this point here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know what the hell he was going for.
Yeah, I don't think we need to hear him expand.
No.
At all.
No, and generally, for the most part, I could give a fuck what that dude says about anything, especially, this one I agree with. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to come around, finally.
Gauging by the Instagram reaction, the meme seemed pretty clear to folks online.
Yeah.
Commenting on the virus, protocols related to COVID. On the negative side, people were giving him shit for like being a scientist.
You got the Rona over there? What the fuck?
I hope so.
Holy
I'm
shit.
praying.
Cough in my mouth. Cough in my mouth.
I'll throw it at you. He's not a scientist or a doctor. Yeah. Okay. That stupid argument. The post, one guy said, "La conspiracy theory." Another mocked, "La scientist." Actor Michael Rappaport said, "Ask one of your friends in China if they know the difference." Jamie Foxx replied, "Got a point, haha." Dave Portnoy noted his agreement with a 2024 presidential ticket joke. James Portnoy 24, strange times indeed. One guy, artist Natstar. I'm not familiar with Natstar. I'm sure he's brilliant, talented. Sure. Bruh, I just said the same shit. Other top peep comments read, "Damn, I can finally agree with LeBron James on something. Oh boy, media isn't going to take this well." Candace Owens liked the post too.
Yeah. Well,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did not like the post.
Really?
Yeah. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for his part, thinks that
great skyhook.
Great skyhook. Goggles too.
Dr. J or Kareem when it comes to the skyhook?
Kareem.
Okay.
Well, maybe Dr. J. I don't know. That's
fine.
That's a coin toss.
Just curious. Anyway,
he thinks COVID flu cold Spider-Man meme tarnishes his legacy.
LeBron's or
LeBron's.
Okay.
Tarnishes LeBron's legacy.
That's the one?
Yeah.
Not your next. Not any of the other bullshit that he fucking has spun over the last 10 years. That's the one that tarnishes his legacy?
He wrote a blog post titled, "Dear LeBron, here's the COVID-19 help you requested in your Spider-Man meme." He described the meme as uninformed. LeBron has encouraged vaccine hesitancy, which puts lives and livelihoods at risk. With his message, "Help me out, folks," was a blow to his worthy legacy. The meme's implication is that LeBron doesn't understand the difference among these three illnesses, even after all the information that's been presented in the press.
Thanks, Dr. Jabbar.
Yeah. That's
I see where you're getting your references there.
Yeah. Just watching Fauci all day on TV. Is that what we're doing? We're getting all of our important press from Dr. Fauci. Well, LeBron is a necessary and dynamic voice critical of police brutality against the black community. No, he's not. He needs to be on the same necessary and dynamic advocate with vaccines, which could save thousands of black lives right now. James is vaccinated. He has commented on this in the past probably because LeBron James is smart enough to know the black community, by and large, doesn't trust the government.
Yeah.
And so that's one he's not dying to step into.
You want to talk about when majorities and minorities.
Yeah.
The majority, the African-American community, I believe, is unvaccinated.
Yeah.
And not going anywhere soon.
No. He says, "You guys know me. I don't talk about other people and what they should do. I speak for me and my family. That's what it's about." LeBron.
Wait, say that again?
"You guys know me. I don't talk about other people and what they should do." I know. Take it in.
Just read it one more time.
You guys know me. Please. I don't talk about other people and what they should do. I speak for me and my family. That's what it's about. We're talking about individual bodies. We're not talking about something political or racism. We're talking about people's bodies and well-being. I don't think I personally should get involved in what other people should do with their bodies and livelihoods.
Oh, you fucking hypocrite. Shut the fuck up. You just happened to get right on this one.
Yeah. Here's the thing about this that is so troubling. I watched this video, Jimmy Dore. I've talked about Jimmy Dore.
Yeah, love him.
He's quickly becoming one of the leading voices just because of the vast research his team is doing anywhere in the world that people are working on COVID, right?
Yeah.
And so I can listen to Fauci go, "Wear a mask on a plane, wear a mask, don't invite unvaxxed people over to your house. Thank you." I can listen to that, or I can listen to scientists give hours of conversation and explain
data,
shit,
examples, and reasons.
Yeah. And one that he did a breakdown on, and I want to give Jimmy Dore full credit for it.
Yeah.
But he did a breakdown on the Japanese miracle, which is currently going on right now.
Okay.
Japan is currently hunting for the X factor about why their COVID numbers have dropped to almost nothing. South Korea can't figure it out. Their neighbors, climates are similar in a lot of respects. The behaviors are very similar. Yet they've got a huge spike in COVID. And when I talk a spike, I mean when you're looking at the graph and it's like da-da-da-da-da, and then you get to August last year and the spike goes through the fucking chart.
Yeah.
And then drops like a rock and then flatlines.
Okay.
Dead.
Seems, I think I have a fundamental explanation of that.
Yeah.
Kind of how the whole thing works.
They've also barely started doing booster shots in Japan.
Okay.
They've long been doing booster shots in South Korea, so they can't figure out what is the difference. So, Tasuki Nakata led a team that tested 6 hypotheses to explain such low cases. And they said there's a 120-day cycle of outbreaks. Let's look at that. Could it just be cyclical? Like, oh, we're going through this 120 days, and then we'll see the spike again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain why it's dropped so low and is flatlined to almost no COVID cases. So even if we want that to be true, we just can't make the science work on that. People avoiding places with high infection risks, even with all the research that we're doing on that, still doesn't explain why the drop suddenly. What if everybody's vaccinated? Well, vaccine rates are the same as they are in South Korea for the most part, so that doesn't quite explain it. Could it be the weather? No, it's similar weather there, so that doesn't really explain it. Herd immunity. We're all on the same plateau. Theirs is spiking through the roof. Ours isn't. How many infected by one positive case? Do you infect? So if you get a positive case, they're looking at, do you then infect 5 people, which would be a really high number, or do you infect 1 person? Could that be it? And then they were going as far as, let's see, as doing a genetic feature found in white blood cells of up to 60% of the Japanese. And could this be whatever's going on in the white blood cells, so their genetic makeup makes them less prone to COVID.
Something different in the Japanese DNA than the Koreans?
Not really, but we're looking into it.
Oh, yeah. We're just leave no stone unturned.
We are flummoxed. We're trying to
find an answer. Yeah,
we're dying to figure this out. Well, Dr. John Campbell.
Doesn't just didn't expect that name.
No.
in the story.
He's a UK doctor who's been following the science around the world, and it's one of the guys that Jimmy goes to. Yeah. He watches all of his. So Dr. John Campbell does videos every day giving world updates on COVID, what's going on, what they're testing, what's working, what's not, and he's gaining quite a following. Jimmy Dore had him on, and that blew up from that. So Dr. John Campbell starts breaking down the spike chart. And then he shows the chairman of Tokyo Metropolitan Medical Association, the chairman, declares during the surge. So they've got this massive spike, almost worst in the world. And he says, it's time to get ivermectin in here. It's time to say, fuck this. This is the chairman of their medical board in Tokyo. Okay. And so they do. And so Dr. John Campbell is showing the graph. And then he's got a little notch near the top of the graph. This is when they implemented ivermectin. Really? And then counted 12 days, and then it dropped like a fucking stone, and then flatlined.
Well, so why did the other 6 hypotheses have to take place? Nobody else, nobody figured out that one of the.
Can't figure it out. And we don't know if it worked. We don't know.
A treatment wasn't possibly one of the scenarios that
maybe it's their white blood cell count that has this special gene mutation that helps them not get COVID.
Really?
Yeah. And then he goes on to say, Dr. John Campbell says, you will not see this reported on mainstream media, period, in the UK, the United States, and why the fuck is that? And then he goes on to point out If you Google Japanese ivermectin, COVID, whatever, he said the first pages, 50 stories, will all tell you
debunking
that they didn't implement for COVID use ivermectin. That no, that's fake news. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. And he says technically that's true, but they did release ivermectin to their and told doctors to start prescribing the shit out of it. And they literally ivermectin themselves out of. Well, we don't know. I mean, it could have been the weather.
Can we get those numbers of ivermectin prescriptions and things like that?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how we get their shit, but
Jimmy went on to close it, and he pulled up a graph, and he said, just for context, when you're talking about what the cost is for these people that are dealing with this, when you're talking about bought and paid for media, we've played the hilarious bit of, CBS Morning, Sunday Morning, brought to you by Pfizer, ESPN, brought to you by Pfizer, CBS Football Update, brought to you by Pfizer. It's all brought to you by Pfizer. Pfizer stands to make, from this vaccine in 2021, $33.5 billion.
Just from the vaccine.
For this last year. $33.5 billion. And Jimmy pointed out, if you take the recording industry in America, all music, and where it's used, played, everything, the take for the year is $12 billion.
Okay.
Just to give you some sort of idea of the numbers you're talking about. All the recorded music in history that's played in the United States generates about $12 billion a year. Pfizer will make $33.5 billion this year.
Yeah. Insane.
So our show's probably been pulled for doing that story.
You said the I word.
I said the I word. I don't care.
That's fine.
It's just infuriating. It's so troubling, infuriating, to see it going on, to see smart people ignoring it and not like you want to say I'm an idiot or Joe Rogan took horse dewormer and he's a fucking MMA commentator. Fine.
Yeah.
You could do that all you want.
Right.
But when these people are doing actual journalism, talking to actual doctors, scientists, virologists, that should mean something.
And the reality is that if you do search that, and like you said, the first 2 pages come up debunking it, then what that does is create the air of this guy being...
If it doesn't come up first, it didn't happen.
Right, and this guy is, this guy's full of shit. This guy, there's all this shit out here that says that that's not true. Just because this one idiot on this one show says that it's true, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And whether it is or it's not, I don't know. I'm not going to act like I know. I'm not going to pretend. And ivermectin, I don't know that it is or it isn't. What I do know is that they're fucking sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah.
And that is a giant red flag.
Because why? Why would they sweep it under the rug? We know why.
Yeah, we do.
Because it's off patent, and then you can't make money on it. It's pennies on the dollar for ivermectin.
I saw a hysterical headline the other day, and it was the... I believe the FDA, the second COVID pill that they approved.
Was it the Merck or the
was
Pfizer?
The Merck. Pfizer had already been approved. The Merck was the second. And the headline was FDA approves second COVID pill for Merck. Shows to be less effective than Pfizer with more side effects. So why the fuck would you approve it?
Yeah.
Seriously. And I mean, this is a legitimate fucking question. I'm not saying that it doesn't maybe have a place whatsoever. But if there's already something out there that is on the market and has been approved and establishes a bar, it was like the Johnson & Johnson fucking thing. And I thought about that the other day. I almost said J&J, and I go, you know what? Because it's like nails on a chalkboard when I think about fucking Fauci saying J&J for everything. Fuck you. Johnson & Johnson. I'll always say Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, why did that fucking turd stepchild get, you know what I mean?
Troy,
if those were there, okay, if Pfizer has something that is a superior product, not even ivermectin related.
Yeah.
If this is obviously a superior product.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you approve something that is less But
if I'm picking up what you're saying, think
about it. Why wouldn't you say, no, that's not as good as this one. We're going to make this one the primary.
And this can fuck off.
We'll
send this to
Sorry,
poor
yours is not as good, so no, we're not going to approve this. But you know what? I know
we're sending you to poor countries.
It's not as good, and you might get a third fucking tit out of it, but here you go.
Yeah.
We're going to let that one fly, too.
If I'm picking up what you're saying, T, what you're saying is, we already have Oreos. Why the fuck did you put Hydrox out there?
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
We don't need Hydrox out there.
Right.
Oreos already exist. Pure and
simple.
It's
a great comparison.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing, right?
Yes, exactly right. But it's just the point. I mean, it was infuriating in a way.
Yeah.
And the fact that that was just a straight up headline. And everybody's just like, oh, cool, there's a second pill. It's like, what the fuck? Did you not read the rest of that statement?
Yeah.
You just approved something.
Yeah.
That is
not as good.
Inferior, has more side effects.
Yeah.
And could, have complications with a list of other common medications.
Yeah.
Because this has been so well researched.
Yeah.
And the data
and I'm pretty sure
clearly shows that this is fine, and you should definitely fucking go.
I think we're going to find out that it's basically just repackaged ivermectin.
You think?
That
they're just trying to they're trying to make it theirs.
Yep.
Use it without breaking the and making it theirs just enough.
Little tweak.
That's why, and I'm willing to bet that neither one of those
are as good as ivermectin.
I know.
I know.
But you won't hear it.
No, you won't. You'll hear it if you watch proper doctors around the world talk about the science behind it. Choose to believe us if you want.
I know.
You don't
We're
have
just
to.
two idiots in a basement.
We're just two morons.
The hell do we know?
Yeah, we're just two morons who spend a tremendous amount of time researching what other people, what real smart people are saying.
Yeah.
And then we try to spit that back out to you and show you how you're being manipulated, how you're being lied to, how you're being. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'm so disappointed because
Dr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He's a smart fucking guy. Kareem knows better. I don't know what it is when you get on your side that you can't fucking break free. It's like the Trump Russiagate shit I brought up. You just can't do it. You can't bring yourself to go, dude, my bad. Give me a fucking my bad. Give me a my bad for dragging you for 5 fucking years through this bullshit story. You're doing the same shit with COVID. You're not following the science you think you are, and it's infuriating. Yeah. It's infuriating to watch these really smart people break down in great detail what's going on. And does ivermectin work? I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah. But there's Uttar Pradesh, Japan. There is research being done. They're doing it in Israel right now. A lot of people are waiting for Israel's trial to come out on that. Yeah. And I think you're going to find out.
They've sort of been ahead of the curve all the way along, right?
Yeah.
Isn't Israel one of the ones that's been out in front all the way along? So we're just kind of using them as our litmus test on a lot of this stuff.
A lot of people believe their media is not as tainted, that the research is sound.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I have a feeling I know where that science is going to go. I do.
Hope so.
I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a virologist.
And they're not in bed with Big Pharma.
No.
Yeah. So
not like here.
And like I said, the story in India, I'm not even going to
Uttar Pradesh.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother fucking. I've never read it, so
it's
bother trying to pronounce
It's a great read.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Go to DuckDuckGo if you want to read it. You won't find it on Google.
But and that's suppressed.
Yeah.
When those stories do come out,
dude, money is so powerful. It's not even comprehensible how powerful that type of money is and influence. And when you're talking about government bodies being influenced, media being influenced,
and the amount of money,
school systems being influenced,
yeah.
They're all in such bed together that it's infuriating because you can see it. It's they're not doing a very good job of hiding it, and no matter how many times they come out and just vaccinate, just get vaccinated. It doesn't make any sense.
And they hide it under the guise. That's sort of this political divide. Because that's what that's how they're disguising this war.
Yeah.
Is by making it political.
Yeah.
That's their Trojan horse in this whole thing.
Yeah. Yep. Just write them off as right-wing boobs, no matter what, And anybody that falters. Look at LeBron James. Funny meme, COVID, flu,
Dead ass
Omicron.
on.
Yeah, dead ass on, and he's getting dragged for it by his team. Trevor Noah got dragged by his team. They wanted him canceled for going away from the mandate. Like,
great. And that's great.
Who are these people that want to be mandated by your government?
And that's great because these are some of the major figureheads that are on that side.
Yeah.
Good. Let them start getting dragged. Let them start fucking feeling their own pain. Let them start understanding. And this goes right back to when they start eating themselves.
Yeah.
It keeps coming back up, and it couldn't be truer, more true, whatever.
More true.
Both of them. And I hope that's the way it goes because that's the only way this has any sort of resolution.
Yeah. Moving on. We do spend quite a bit of time on
tragically,
COVID.
So, I know. It's funny.
It's good.
I know.
I know. Some people like it. Some people hate it. Whatever. It is what it is.
I hate it, but I get all.
We're following the cycle. We're following the news cycle. Okay, we're following the news cycle. California surf school owner.
Oh, that'd be a good job. Surf school.
Yeah, he owns a surf school.
Cool, yeah.
Got a crib in Santa Barbara.
Dope as shit.
Things going well. He's got a cute wife, couple kids.
I bet, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He became a QAnon conspiracy theorist and allegedly murdered his 2 children with a spearfishing gun.
Oh, Jesus.
Because he was convinced they had serpent DNA. That's what he's known to do. He's written a letter to friends begging for forgiveness from jail before his trial. Matthew Coleman is his name. He penned the jailhouse letter to a friend 4 months after being charged with killing his kids. Kaleo, 2, and Roxy, 10 months.
Kaleo, that's a cool name.
Yeah, it is a cool name.
And Roxy?
Roxy's cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yep. At a Christian ranch in Rosarita, Mexico, on August 9th, after leaving the family's home 2 days earlier in a van, he crossed the southern border without his wife Abby's knowledge and was arrested upon his attempted to return to the U.S. He's really despondent and hopeless, close friend said, who received this letter. He's alone with his thoughts 24/7. He's reflecting on the mistakes he made in life and wondering if there's any chance for redemption.
Yeah, at this point. Now when you whack the kids, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck in
spearfishing gun.
Good luck in jail too, bro.
Yeah.
Especially a surfer dude.
Yeah. Surfer dude.
Oh,
yeah.
you're fucked.
He poured his heart out. He begged for forgiveness, but says he's now where he deserves to be. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for killing his 2-year-old and 10-month-old.
Should be a higher charge than for killing a kid, especially your own kid.
Super murder?
Yeah, like super murder. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be a higher charge.
I'm willing to look more into that.
Okay.
Super murder?
Yeah, super murder.
Yeah.
I think it's got legs.
Okay. I like that. The charges make him eligible for the death penalty. He lives in California, so probably no death penalty. However, he is a cisgendered white male.
Okay.
So
burn in hell.
Burn in hell. He probably will get the death penalty. Because California's basically
they'll change a law for a day just to give it to him. And they change it back.
Sure. He left on August 7th, checked into the City Express Hotel in Rosarita, Mexico. 2 days later, arrested at the border San Ysidro point of entry for the murder of the kids.
Wait. Where he murdered him in Cali or in Mexico?
Mexico. Is that legal?
No, what? Fuck, I don't know. Mexico. It might be legal to murder shit in Mexico. I don't know. But my question is I understand that he lives in California.
Yeah.
But if it happened out of the country, then what's the precedent on where he's charged?
Yeah, because that's probably only like a month in jail for double murder in Mexico.
Yeah,
He should demand a trial in Mexico.
Can you?
Rosarita.
Even? I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, you want a kangaroo court, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, you don't want to be in California.
No. I'm just saying. Well, yeah. I don't know. Curious how that works. I guess it just based on where you live is where you're tried for that. I mean, if I live in California and I go,
he'd be extradited because he's an American citizen, and the wife is still
I get it, but that's where the crime took place. So you would think it would be a Mexican crime if he killed the kids there.
To your point, Meredith, the murder of Meredith, Foxy Knoxy, that trial took place in France.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it happens all the time. Where the crime happens is where the trial is. We got to find more about this.
After his arrest, Coleman told federal authorities that he received visions and signs that his wife possessed serpent DNA and had passed it on to the kids. He also said he was saving the world because his children were going to grow into monsters since he believed they inherited this serpent DNA from their mom. He was motivated by the Big Tent QAnon conspiracy theory that claims former President Trump is secretly battling a shadowy cabal of Satan-worshipping Democrat pedophiles. He confessed that he used a spearfishing gun to shoot the 2 kids in the heart before dumping them in a field outside Rosarita and returning to his hotel room. When they did not die right away,
Jesus,
right?
How do you line them up and try and go through them both at one time, or what? It takes
know.
a long time to reload a spearfishing
2 olives
gun.
on a toothpick. You mean?
It's not like a gun where you just go pop pop. Spearfishing gun is like a fucking spear on a rope.
Yeah,
like you shoot it and then you got to pull it back in and recock it into a gun.
Yeah.
So you got 2 shots off with that thing, or did you line them up and do them both at once? I'm curious.
I don't know. My guess is he shot the older one first, and then the 10-month-old is just laying there.
Oh, it's only 10-month-old?
Yeah, 2 and 10 months old.
I thought he made a kid kebab.
No, I don't think he made a kid kebab. That's horribly offensive to say, but that's... So, yeah, he said when they didn't die right away, he stabbed his son 17 more times and his daughter 12 more times.
Holy fuck.
Cutting his own hand in the process. After the murder, he put his children's bodies in
OJ, that's how you get caught.
Yeah. Some nearby brush, discarded their bloody clothes in a blue trash bin, and threw the spearfishing gun near a creek. Hadn't thought this out. He was taken to Santa Ana jail the day after the murder after seeking to get back into the U.S.
Don't you swim out into the ocean like daily for your job?
Yeah,
Couldn't you just take it out in a while and drop it out there?
Yeah, you would
drop
think.
it by a creek?
Still got some explaining to do to the wife when you get home.
Oh, yeah, well.
You know. He was taken to jail.
She's a serpent.
And the Mexican authorities found the murder weapon, bloody clothes, and a baby's blanket within a day. Like, dude, did you even try to get away with this?
No, apparently not.
I mean, give me a break.
What is this serpent DNA thing? I've heard it before, but I have no idea where the origin of this is or what it comes from.
I don't know, but I will say this.
Is it a QAnon thing?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I watched a full 4-part documentary on QAnon. I never remember hearing anything about
this. Is not. I couldn't tell you exactly where I heard it before, but I've heard this serpent DNA shit before.
Don't you think though? What if? And it's a long shot. It's a very long shot. I'll grant you that. But what if these fucking kids did have serpent DNA? This is the age-old argument. If you could kill Hitler when he was a baby, would you?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe this guy was the first dude to kill Hitler as a baby.
What's serpent DNA, though?
I don't know. He said they were going to turn into monsters.
The old lady fucked a snake? How does that work?
I don't know.
Savannah Monitor got in there and nutted in her? How do you get serpent DNA?
I don't know, but if there's... I'd like those bodies examined a little bit. And if they find anything that resembles serpent DNA in there...
Okay.
Like at that point, I gotta stand back and go, dude, this guy clearly knew more than we did.
There's definitely, if in the autopsy process, something comes awry, then we can look deeper into this.
Specifically thinking serpent DNA.
I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go. This guy's bat fucking shit crazy and deserves to rot in hell.
Well, there's that possibility too. Yeah. Agents are going through his computer, phone, all that kind of shit.
We need to know. We need to know.
QAnon stuff he was believing in. Oh, hat. Yeah, bring it in. Bring it in.
Oh, there we go.
Sure, people can see that.
It's just the box.
Oh, it's just the box.
But that's good enough. Where's this? Hold on.
Huh?
Nobody's looking.
Just say it, hat.
Nobody can see Troy.
Why?
Because the camera's on Eric. Who's not?
Oh, that's no good. Can you flip it to you?
Yeah, I'll go fix it.
Fix it. Damn, thank you.
Fucking Travis.
Damn it,
God
Travis.
Damn it.
Fucked us again.
You had one fucking job.
So they've been looking at an empty seat. Now they're seeing T.
Hey, nobody's looking. Nobody's watching this shit anyway. Travis, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, he screwed you on that one.
Yeah, he did. Now I gotta find the other one. Hold on.
So until his next trial, by the way, this Coleman character, what?
No, keep on.
Until his next trial appearance, which remains unknown at this time, Coleman is being held in protective custody at a non-disclosed federal prison. He said he's sorry, he never wanted to cause pain, that he's working through why he made the choices he made. It was a very sad note. Yeah, I'd say that's...
He didn't want to cause pain, but he used a spear gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would cause
stabbed
pain.
him dozens of times,
and
from
then
what
they
I
didn't
heard.
die, and to the point that you had to go... Because if you shoot someone with a spear gun, and I'm specifically thinking of a toddler and a fucking infant, it's going to go through them.
Yeah.
And then it's got to be pulled back out of them or pulled all the way through. The amount of pain that those children would have been in, and then to not die from your heart shot, and then they have to go back and stab them dozens of times. Like,
I'm no spear gun expert.
No, me either.
But I have done some bow fishing back in my day.
Like,
just you shoot a bow. It's a very similar concept, just a little more primitive. But there's a barb on the head of the arrow spear that comes out. So when it goes in, you can't pull right back out.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be able to pull your fish back in, even with a spear gun. It's not designed to like kill. It is, in a way, it's supposed to hit it, and then these little tabs pop
barbs
out.
pop out.
So how the fuck you pull that out of a kid? That's why I think he made a kick kebab, because you can't do that in any real capacity and get that out.
Pull it through, all the way through.
And then there's the rope, there's the line, there's the string. I have so many questions.
Yeah, it sounds like
logistically, this sounds like a nightmare. This guy really did not do any kind of research on this at all.
No,
just had what he had. Reach for a spear gun, surfer,
unbelievable.
Some Point Break shit.
We'll go out with this story, and I don't know if legally I have a problem with this. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'll read it to you.
All right.
Louisiana man.
I will make my verdict.
He admitted to tricking a healthcare worker into changing his adult diaper. By pretending to be disabled, he's been charged with attempted human trafficking for allegedly pulling the same stunt. Rutledge Dees IV was arrested last week after detectives. So he did this once, got caught.
How do you spell that? Dees nuts?
Deas. The fourth.
Okay.
Dees the fourth.
Yeah.
Detectives investigated a text message in which he claimed to be engaged in alternative therapy and offered to pay a babysitter to change his diapers. He allegedly posed as a younger man with special needs and tried to recruit the victim to solicit other babysitters to care for him. In 2019, November, he was charged with 10 counts of sexual battery and human trafficking after authorities said he posted fake ads online to lure healthcare workers. Dees used social media ads to falsely claim he was seeking home health care for his 18-year-old brother, Corey, whom he described as mentally and physically handicapped.
Are you sure you said that right?
Yeah, Corey.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Cory.
Okay.
He then posed as Corey while allowing the care provider to change his shit-filled diaper.
The old bait and switch.
And then he got rock fucking hard when she was doing it.
Yeah.
She got a little
moist?
Came a little suspension. No. So she was a little suspicious. Not moist. No.
All right. Just checking.
She's a little suspicious and discovered that he had made up Corey. So this guy's pretending to be full.
Yeah.
Problem. Shitting in his diapers and then getting himself rock hard.
Yeah. He probably exhausted all the prostitution angles of this and found out that this was a much cheaper possible
I was kind of going to say that couldn't you just find some weirdo online?
You can. You could.
You could find someone to come change your shitty diaper while you get rock.
Yeah, I mean.
For sure. You can get someone to come over and eat your shit.
Yeah.
There's crazy shit out there if you wanted to do it.
I guess.
Here's the other thing. He wasn't assaulting any of the women. He was just getting hard, right? And they were coming over under the pretense. Now, he went a little tarded and all that.
You never go full retard.
He did. But, he was trying to play it up. Healthcare workers are not going to do that for a normal functioning 30-year-old. But for an 18-year-old tarded kid, maybe they would.
Yeah.
They're still getting paid. So they saw a hard on. And
there's no guarantee that the real one. Oh yeah,
they get fucking rock. Yeah.
I took one on the thigh one day. Rock.
Yeah.
I had give me a Charlie horse.
Yeah, there was that kid in high school. Was it Tony?
Nope.
No.
Well, not mine. You're
no, Harrison.
Yeah.
Because we had the second floor.
The special wing.
Yeah. But there was one in the bathroom that came running. It scared in the bathroom. Came running down the hallway with his pants around his ankles, tripped right on top of his hard-on. Broke
a boner.
Yeah. That happened. I watched that happen. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know, but it's not like he came in the nurse's face. Like, I don't know. Maybe she goes, you got me, you son of a bitch.
Well.
She's still getting paid.
Yeah. I can appreciate the illegalities of this. So it's probably a gray area to some degree, but basically taking a normal dick out to a person is against the law.
In his house? You made this argument a couple weeks ago.
I know. I'm a big fan, but I think that you had entered a basic contract with them and the guidelines were there of what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you broke that contract by being...
But did you?
Yeah.
Did you? If I go to the doctor, you go to the doctor, and they start fiddling around on your butt, whatever, they're giving you a checkup, and you get rocked, that's not illegal.
No. Right. Just make an appointment every 3 days. I think I got some colorectal issues, Doc.
Get in there.
Check me again. Oh. You don't need that till you're 40. I know I'm 22, but just check it again. Check it again. Go find a doctor with like giant hairy knuckles.
Yeah. God damn it. Took it to a whole new level, didn't it? No, that's his jam. So maybe there's some element of playing a character.
Yeah.
Behaving like that character, shitting your diaper, filling it, getting hard, and tricking this professional caretaker. Because I guarantee you could find someone to come over and change your shitty diaper.
Probably not quite as easy as you would think.
I think if you're dabbling in those worlds, it becomes very easy.
I'm sure there's places that you can find that sort of thing. But I would believe that sort of thing generally has a price tag associated with it. More than not.
Yeah.
To just find somebody that's just a dirt fuck freak that wants to come over and change shitty diapers. They're like
more women that would do that than you think.
I bet there's less than you would think. For free?
More. Not for free.
Wow, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
you can pay
the healthcare. Those healthcare workers are getting paid.
And that's a lot cheaper than a fucking whore. I promise you that.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
It depends if it's
Just
covered by
don't know.
insurance or not.
For
a $20 copay?
Yeah.
Come on over. I'll fill a pamper for you.
All right, let's do an email or two, and then we'll get out of here. You can email walters@detroitcast.com. T, you want to do a read first?
Yeah, you're damn right I do. Because, in today's complex financial environment, timely insights and prudent guidance are essential to effectively manage your money and work towards your goals. Mark and Jay at LPL Financial can help you develop an investment strategy to address your needs and aspirations. Call today and tell them that you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Thank you. And definitely call those guys. They're great. Mm-hmm. Jay and Mark are great. They're rock solid.
Family.
Yep. Okay, that said, Cancel Island. We mentioned an island set up specifically for canceled people.
It's got legs.
This is actually a legit reality show idea. Call Newberg and pitch it. Get a bunch of canceled celebs together on an island alone and just let them go. Great job, guys. Enjoying the show lately.
Oh.
Goodbye, B-U-Y.
Okay.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Appreciate that.
It does have legs. I agree.
Yeah, there's something to it.
There's something to it.
Yeah. I don't appreciate being called a crotchety old man on today's show. This is going back probably, email was from December 22nd.
Okay. Pre-Christmas.
Yeah. I still listen to every show regardless of who's on, and I appreciate my freeze worth. Now get off my lawn. Merry Christmas, boys, with love. Connor. So did E take some final parting shots at Connor that I'm not remembering?
A crotchety old man?
That must have been something E said.
Maybe. I don't remember that.
That's what I'm guessing.
But, yeah.
He must be thrilled. E's gone.
Is that the Connor? Is that the beef?
That's
E's
the beef.
gone. All right, let's
gone.
get Connor. Let's figure it out. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Show me on the doll where E hurt you.
Anyway. All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Come back tomorrow. Ryan will be here. I think Fiorini. I'll text him after the show tonight. But that should be fun. And
we'll give it a shot.
Time. Of course. All right. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll talk to you tomorrow.